And the problem that brought for him working with you was that sometimes when he was in a scene, he would forget to act and he would sit there and be watching you acting.
Oh, is that what it was?
He would...
I just thought he was terrible.
Denzel Washington is a very famous American actor, director, and producer. He has won many big awards, including 2 Oscars. People know him for his strong acting in movies like Training Day and Malcolm X. But in real life, Denzel hasn't always gotten along with everyone. Here are 5 actors Denzel Washington is said to really hate, revealing that even the most famous stars can have strong feelings and problems with others. 5. Josh Brolin. Starting with Josh Brolin, who first acted in fun movies like The Goonies. Later, he became famous for serious roles, like playing Thanos in the Marvel movies and in No Country for Old Men. But when Josh and Denzel worked together, they didn't always get along.
You're on the set of American Gangster, and you forget your line, and you put your hand on Denzel's shoulder.
Oh, yeah. We almost got into a fight.
In one of his recent interviews on In Depth with Graham Bensinger, Josh Brolin opened up more about what really happened, and yeah, things definitely got tense. He says it kinda light, like it's no big deal, but come on. Almost got into a fight with Denzel Washington. That's not something you just brush off. And honestly, it felt like the kind of moment where things could have exploded if either one pushed just a little harder.
And Denzel showed up, he was a little late to set, and there was a whole thing there. And then he showed me the lines and he said, he didn't change any of my lines, but he kind of changed the structure of it. He said, I think I'm gonna put this down here and I'm put that up there, but he wouldn't really look at me. And then, so I was trying to remember the structure. And then we rehearsed, it wasn't that many lines, mostly mine. And I'm supposed to be super confident. It's Denzel Washington, man. It's like not easy.
Josh Brolin's comment highlights how working with Denzel Washington can be intense. Denzel's serious way of working and not making much eye contact made Josh Brolin feel nervous, even though he was an experienced actor. It shows that Denzel has a strong presence on set, but it can be hard for others to get used to how he works.
And I forgot a line, and I put my hand on his shoulder, and I said, what's the line? And he hit my hand off. And he said, don't ever put your hand on me. And I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna scrap with Denzel Washington. This is crazy. We're not actors anymore. We're not, at least in my mind.
Then came a serious moment Josh talked about. He forgot his line and asked Denzel for help, but Denzel quickly said no and showed he didn't want to be bothered. Josh was surprised and felt like it was more than just acting. I respect how serious Denzel is about his work, but moments like that can really upset someone. The story got a lot of attention from fans who were shocked to hear about it between 2 big stars. Many people argued about whether Denzel was too rude or just trying to stay focused. To be honest, it really seemed like Denzel didn't like Josh at all during that time.
And yet for you, between action and cut is not your favorite time.
It hasn't been.
His brief reply, "It hasn't been," reveals the challenge of working with someone like him. It shows how difficult it can be when 2 strong personalities have to work together, sometimes causing tension between action and cut.
It's like a certain style that he has with that. And I think, so when those same lines appear in movie after movie, you kind of go, okay, I think he's doing that. He's catering it to himself.
Moreover, in an interview on DJ Veled, Michael Jai White said the fight between Denzel Washington and Josh Brolin might have happened because Denzel has a strong and stubborn way of working. He changes lines to fit his own style, even if it's the same lines in many movies, just like Josh said. This can make working with him difficult, and sometimes cause problems. It really shows how challenging it can be when 2 strong personalities have to work together. Number 4. Ellen Pompeo. Ellen Pompeo is a well-known American actress famous for her role as Dr. Meredith Grey on Grey's Anatomy for 19 seasons. Once, Denzel Washington, the Oscar-winning actor, directed an episode, but during filming, they had a serious disagreement.
Yelled at him, and I was like, look at me. When you apologize, look at me. And that wasn't in the dialogue. And Denzel went ham on my ass. He was like, I'm the director. Don't you tell him what to do.
In a 2021 episode of her podcast, Tell Me with Ellen Pompeo, she opened up about a fiery moment on the Grey's Anatomy set that fans didn't see coming. While filming, Ellen found herself clashing with a co-star during one particular scene. She didn't like how the scene was going, so she changed the script and strongly told her co-actor, "Look at me," which wasn't part of the original lines. That confident move didn't sit well with Denzel, who didn't appreciate her attitude. He quickly asserted his role, making it clear that as the director, it was his job, not hers, to guide the performance. According to Ellen, he went ham on her, and the way she describes it, the energy in the room shifted fast. By the way, it was an intense moment.
Motherfucker, this is my show. This is my set. Who are you telling? Like, you barely know where the bathroom is. And like, I have the utmost respect for him as an actor, as a director, as everything. But like, we went at it one day. So we didn't get through it without a fight.
After hearing more from Ellen's side, it's hard not to question her claim of having the utmost respect for Denzel Washington. Arguing with the director loudly and saying, "This is my show," doesn't match the respect she says she has. It's good to stand up for yourself, but the way she talks about the fight sounds more like being stubborn than acting professional.
You had Denzel come in, right? And he directed.
Oh my God, Patrick. Denzel was amazing because, Denzel's a movie star, right? He doesn't know about directing TV. So...
But I think respect should show in actions, not just words, especially when working with someone as experienced as Denzel. And Washington reportedly took issue with her behavior so much that he avoided discussing her altogether afterward. According to Variety, when asked about the incident, Washington sidestepped the question. No, he said, claiming he didn't remember that day. Then, with a slight grin, he added, "But it's all good." From my point of view, this back and forth clearly shows that there's a deeper dislike between them. It's not just about a single argument. Number 3. Ryan Reynolds. Denzel Washington and Ryan Reynolds came together for the 2012 action thriller Safe House. Despite public praise, Ryan Reynolds and Denzel Washington didn't get along well on set. Denzel was often frustrated with Ryan's style, leading to stress between them. Their differences created a quiet but real clash, showing that working together wasn't as smooth as fans might think.
And he has been fulsome in his praise of you. Have you read the things he said about you?
No.
He said working with Denzel was a sort of a lifetime dream, and he said you're just about the best actor going. And the problem that brought for him working with you was that sometimes when he was in the scene, he would forget to act, and he would sit there and be watching you acting.
Oh, is that what it was?
He would.
I just thought he was terrible.
During the 2024 Jonathan Ross show, Denzel Washington didn't hold back when talking about Ryan Reynolds. Ryan sometimes forgot to act because he was so focused on watching Denzel. But Denzel fired back, "Oh, is that what it was? I just thought he was terrible." That word terrible was more than just a joke. It revealed Denzel's real frustration with Ryan's acting style. Their approach didn't match, and honestly, it makes sense their time working together was far from easy.
I was just very, very concentrated, and I wouldn't even speak to him. Just anything I could do to manipulate him and intimidate him.
Keep him off balance.
Keep him off balance. I wasn't there to teach him. I was there to kill him.
Denzel openly admitted, "I wouldn't even speak to him." He said it was all part of keeping Ryan off balance during filming, but it also shows how disconnected things were between them. What's interesting is that Denzel is known for mentoring younger actors, often offering guidance and wisdom on set. But with Ryan, he made it clear he wasn't there to help. That cold, intense approach says a lot.
Want to still show you've got the chops that you can keep up?
I don't want to, but I have to. In fact, in the movie, he has a really violent fight, an amazing fight. He gave me a black eye as well.
As like a leaving gift.
While talking about Safe House, Denzel said, "I don't want to, but I have to," when asked about keeping up with Ryan. It didn't sound friendly. It felt like he was tired of dealing with him. He also mentioned a violent fight where Ryan got a black eye. That became a hot topic back then.
So I reached up to put the handcuffs, and he whipped back at the same time.
Ooh.
Banged me in the eye.
Whoa, proper black eye.
Huge.
And so do you carry on through that? You try and carry on the shot, or do you have to stop?
Oh, no, I fainted and,
Later, he explained how he got the black eye. It was a brutal, hard hit. Denzel Washington even fainted after that. It just shows how rough things were between them while filming.
When you end up in a movie like that, when you find out that you're working with Ben Kingsley or you're working with Denzel, like, does that change your perspective going into something? Because obviously you did Safe House with Denzel.
Yeah, Denzel is like is slightly different because he's just, I've never seen an energy like that before. I mean, he's a guy that, like, he can with a blink he can occupy every square inch of a room if he wants, and then just like that he could vanish.
In another moment, Ryan's words about Denzel sounded like a rehearsed compliment, talking about how Denzel can own a room and then vanish like some kind of magician. I think it felt less like honest admiration and more like trying too hard to sound impressed. Number 2, Quentin Tarantino. Denzel Washington is a well-known actor, and while Tarantino is mainly celebrated as a director and writer, he has also acted in several films, including his own. Their paths crossed briefly in the 1995 submarine thriller Crimson Tide, directed by Tony Scott. But what could have been the start of an exciting collaboration ended in a lasting clash. Tarantino was brought in to do uncredited rewrites on Crimson Tide, adding his signature style to some scenes. But Denzel reportedly took issue with some of the lines, feeling that they carried racial undertones. The confrontation between them happened on set, with Washington directly challenging Tarantino over the language. I believe Denzel was right to speak up. Words matter, especially in films watched by millions.
Ever worked with Quentin, have you?
No, he's never hired me.
Quentin?
He's never hired me.
Quentin, what's the problem?
Later, during an interview on The Jonathan Ross Show, Washington openly confirmed they never worked together again. He pointed out, "He's never hired me," repeating it in a way that made the fallout clear. That moment really showed how deep the divide was between them.
What's wrong with you? Why have you not ever written a film for Denzel? What's wrong with you?
I haven't been that lucky.
Okay. Well, are you going to do one now?
When Tarantino was asked about it in the same interview, he dodged the real issue by saying, "I haven't been that lucky," as if the opportunity had just never come up. It felt like he was trying to change the subject instead of owning the past. Number 1, Mark Wahlberg Denzel Washington is known for serious, powerful acting. He picks roles carefully and avoids scripts that don't match his values.
Selection of roles, which is interesting how actors. Do you ever turn down anything you regretted?
You know what? No, I don't have the one role where, and I don't really have the one role. I've dodged more bullets. I've passed on more things that were tempting, especially for the money, but I've dodged more bullets than I have
Even things
regrets.
that didn't work out.
Yes.
You were glad you didn't take it.
Yes.
In a talk with Larry King, Mark Wahlberg also shared that he's turned down many big offers, especially ones with lots of money, because they just didn't feel right. Still, some quiet tension showed between them.
Opponents that you would normally see, usually you see somebody with Denzel just kind of walking behind him like a puppy dog. You know, nobody gets to say shit to him. You know, and I'm like, fuck that. It's like I enjoy working with the best and going at the best. You know, I remember when I was working with Jack Nicholson, I said some shit to him he never heard anybody say from anybody.
During the Two Guns press conference, Mark Wahlberg subtly trashed Denzel Washington, mocking actors who act like puppy dogs around him. Like, what is that behavior, Mark? He even bragged about challenging Jack Nicholson, hinting at ego and underlying tension.
It's really bring the blue out in your eyes, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, she just winked. Ah, man, I'm done. You know, would this work if one chair was empty?
In the interview with Kirsty, Denzel Washington showed a rare side. He appeared clearly irritated by Mark Wahlberg's playful, almost childish flirting. Despite his obvious discomfort, Denzel didn't walk out. Instead, he stayed professional and played along, showing remarkable patience.
Ask me a question now. Now, you know, got all this going on over here. Don't make me feel like I'm all involved. You know, just call me third wheel.
Also, Mark, you've been talking about your fake.
See? She just forgot about that quick. See what I'm saying?
You were
Wait, let me make
my...
my... Hey,
The conversation went on with Mark teasing and shifting topics, making Denzel feel like the third wheel. Denzel's remarks about not wanting to be overly involved expressed his frustration, though he kept a dry, humorous tone. In the end, their interaction highlighted a clear mismatch between Wahlberg's carefree style and Washington's more serious behavior, suggesting a tense dynamic for the time being.